The masters have contacted me. Is the world lost? A connection beyond dimensions. The higher self has something to say to you. A dream revealed a secret, that you are the key. Something is affecting everybody. Twin flames, lonely souls, and others. I stopped talking about this, and the messages never stopped from the higher self. What is happening is not just my problem, it's everyone's problem. What is behind this? Find out. Hi and welcome back to another video. It's been a while. We went through a lot, but we will discuss this in an upcoming video with me and Petya. This video will be about me and Petya not having any more desire and willpower and energy to sustain the YouTube channel and to be transmitting messages to you guys. We understood that it's not up to us. It's basically up to the people if they really are gonna do something with this message. And the higher self is not stupid. The Kundalini is also not stupid. They all are working and envisioning that if we are all in this together, we can still do something to this planet. So I'm gonna start. The higher self kept talking to me with various ways, and I kept ignoring because, like I explained, we just didn't feel like doing anymore, transmitting messages, sharing our experience and helping you guys. And it's not just about us. It's basically the whole world is at stake if we don't do anything. And we can do something. There is something coming, and we can do something about it to fix what is going on. So basically I felt a ray passing through me like a lightning. It came through dimensions. The higher self sent me a ray that crossed through dimensions, because the higher self is not here on Earth. And I felt it. It just went through my body. I felt with all my being. It was very powerful. And it did this 2 times, because the first time I ignored, and the second time was even stronger. And then when I understood, it stopped, which means I got the message. And I just felt with all my being that the higher self wants to talk to you. Who are they? Well, the people watching us. Because the neighbors around people usually don't listen to anything. They only listen to, we're all scattered. And the spiritual people are not kept together for a reason. But thanks to the internet, we can get together somehow. So I also dreamt something else after this event, that my father wanted me to talk to his friend, almost like his best friend. It was very interesting because this friend of his, of my father, lives very far away. So I had to travel around. I walked a lot with a backpack, and I took a cab to reach there faster and stuff. And it was a lot of walking, and I finally reached destination, and the place was very interesting because it was not just a person, a regular person. It was the owner of a bank. So my father wanted me to talk to his friend, which is an owner of a bank, but not just any bank. It's a bank of energy. So I saw the bank, and I was walking through it. I was walking towards it. And before I reached the bank, I passed a person, an entity, I guess, because it was green colored and has very long ears. And the person didn't look very nice. You understand? The energy was a little bit off. So I entered the building, the bank, and the owner immediately greeted me and understood who I was. I said, my father wanted to give you greetings. And then the owner said something very odd. They said, can you please be more quiet? Because I don't want them to hear us. And when he said this, I understood it was the entity with green skin. Apparently, these ears can hear anything from kilometers away. So he closed the doors of the bank, and there's double doors so that the entity cannot hear that much. And we start speaking with very quietly, And then I noticed that he's not a bank owner of money. The only thing that was locked away in the bank was only energy, blue energy, floating around. And I don't remember what I spoke with this person. I guess it was so secret and quiet that nobody knows, even me. I guess the dream stopped because I learned everything I needed to hear. That's it. And now that it's done, it's time to put into practice. And when I told this to Petya, she said, your father is the higher self. And the bank owner, obviously, is basically some kind of... We still don't know what the bank owner is, but I understood that somehow it was related to YouTube. Because, first of all, the blue energy, because he didn't have money in the account, in the bank account, it was only energy. And this energy was blue. And blue is the throat chakra. So the speaking, the ability to speak and listen and stuff. And for the entity not to hear us, this means that every time we speak the truth, they don't like it. Because it's going to wake you up and stuff. Not just wake you up, you have the potential to cut connections with lower entity beings. And the bank owner, I just don't know who exactly it is. We were trying to figure out, because it could have been the YouTube platform, but at the same time, it cannot be a person's friend of mine. Well, technically it could be the friend of myself, but how can just a platform materialize into a person speaking to me? It's a little bit too much. So I still don't know what the bank owner was, even though it was almost like the best friend of the higher self. Well, perhaps the platform is the best friend of the higher self because I can transmit my messages to you. So if my higher self send me a message, I will carry this message, I go to the bank, and the bank owner will let me in because it's YouTube. And then I deliver my message to the energy. That's what I felt. And it has to be quiet, because if I make a big of a mess, if I speak too much as well, uncensor it, I guess they can hear, and the message is cut down, is chopped, or the video is unavailable. And that's it. So I think that I figured out, and from now on we're gonna make more and more videos. I do not promise a ton every day, even though I want to every day, but we'll see. We have a ton of things we want to speak, and I cannot wait. I'm also planning to make short videos so that we have the energy to speak to all of you, because I've been writing a book for the past 10 years. It's been a decade that I've been writing this specific book, which is about not speaking. Speechless, the speechless state. So when you don't speak, you get so much energy, you can do absolutely anything. Speaking is a downgrade tool of the humankind. And because of this, I've been trying for a long time to avoid to speak, to try to increase my energy somehow. But we live in a world where we need each other to be able to upgrade. And if the higher self told me I have to transmit this message to you guys, how can I transmit the message without speaking? Plus, I'm already speaking at home. It's not that I was quiet all this time. I was quiet towards you guys, but not at home. I'm speaking. Because it really opens the gates when you are speechless. It just opens so much potential that you start to be able not to connect very well with family, with friends, and so on. So I realized I am obliged to speak. One day this book will be ready, and it will be a pleasure to make it available to you guys. Thank you so much for watching us. Don't forget to follow us on the Telegram channel and Telegram group on the description below, because when something happens, we have updates. We don't usually use YouTube. We can start from on to use, but it's more for sure that we will use actually Telegram to send updates. Thank you so much for watching.